Well, hello there and a very good evening to you. Welcome to TV47 Newsfeed, right here at your number one home of untold stories. And speaking of stories, we have them, a couple of them just for you this particular hour. My name is Stanley Iringita. Now, the Law Society of Kenya has given the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP Nuruddin Haji, a 3-day ultimatum to disclose reasons for withdrawal of corruption cases. LSK President Eric Theory took note of the dramatic cases that were released this particular week. Take a look.
It is incumbent upon the Director of Public Prosecutions to come out and explain to the country what is the reason that is motivating the withdrawal of these charges. We will take the appropriate action if the DPP does not respond to our demands. That unless we uphold the provisions of the Constitution in terms of leadership and integrity, then we might as well as proclaim that Chapter 6 of our Constitution is dead.
To some education matters now, and Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has assured teachers that the government will engage with the Teacher Service Commission as of next week to sort out the issue of delocalization, which has been a headache to a number of teachers. He also said that the Kenya Kwanza government is keen on ensuring that the family unit is not broken.
The issue of delocalization that has destroyed families. The Ruto administration is for a strong family unit to keep families together, especially more so of those teachers and those Kenyans who are headed to retirement. We want to assist them to prepare for retirement. We'll be engaging with the TSC next week so that the issue of delocalization is dealt with once and for all, and teachers who are taken to places and their families put in an awkward situation, that matter is addressed so that we build strong family ties for a stronger nation. We also made a promise of employing 116,000 teachers in 2 years. We are having an engagement with the TSC and the Ministry of Education next week to roll out a program on how that will be achieved progressively. Of course, in very difficult circumstances.
And still on the same beat, a section of leaders in private schools and parents are urging the Presidential Working Party on education reforms to consider recommending a cut down in the financial costs for both schools and parents when it comes to implementing the competency-based curriculum. He also said that the stakeholders have noted that the curriculum is the best in nurturing talent and skills, and just requires a little fine-tuning to make it working and friendly. According to James Kungo, the director at Roka Preparatory School in Mwea, CBC has had a huge financial burden to both the institutions and parents, thus hindering its full implementation. The education stakeholders also pointed out that training of teachers, which they want it to be broadened to cater for all teachers, saying that as of now, public schools are being favored, forcing the private institutions to dig deep in their pockets to pay for the trainings.
Siku ya leo ile naweza kuhimiza serikali, hii mfumo ya CBC ni sawa, lakini pale inatumisa sana kama wazazi. Ningeuliza hii mfumo wa CBC unapoenda kufanya marekebisho, waangalie ile namna inaweza kutusaidia sisi wazazi, gharama iwe chini, na vile vile watoto wasiwe kama ile mfumo sisi wenyewe tulisoma ile IT44 ilikuwa inaangalia tu seti pale mwisho. Ningetaka iwe imechanganyika ya kwamba vipawa vinakuswa, vile vile mambo ya elimu inatiliwa mkazo.
Sidhani ama sikubali kabisa ya kwamba walimu washatuliniwa vya kutosha, kwa sababu tunachukua wazazi wa walimu wachache tunawapeleka, na pamoja na training kuna ubaguzi ya kwamba shule zetu za kibinafsi zinaachwa nyuma kidogo, kwa sababu serikali inatilia mkazo zile za umma, na inatugharimu kama wekezaji wa shule za kibinafsi zaidi, kwa sababu inatubidi tulipe zaidi.
Saa zile jioni tukikuwa tumetoka kazini na tumechoka na watoto wamekuja nyumbani na wanataka tuwasaidie kazi za shule. Ninajua wazazi wengine, kuna wale wazazi ambao hawakai nyumbani, pengine ni watoto peke yao wako nyumbani na wafanyikazi. Wazazi pengine wako nje town ambazo nyingine ni za mbali. So kwa watoto kama wale inakuwa ni vigumu sana wao kusaidika. So ningeomba serikali ikaweze kuangalia hapo mahali watoto wakikuja nyumbani jioni wasitupatie kazi nyingi, kwa sababu na sisi pia tumechoka na kuna wazazi wengine nyumbani hawako, pengine wamelala kazini.
But the only challenge yenye iko ni kwa mzazi mwenye ajiwezi sahi. Huyo mzazi ndiye naona ako na challenge juu kama ana kazi ama ana mahali pa kutoa kila siku, naona anakuwa na challenge kidogo, but iko sawa.
Right, and let's cross over to Nakuru County now. And contractors who are owed billions by county governments will have to wait longer to receive their payments. According to the Council of Governors, COG, the governors, despite the constitution directing income governors to settle pending bills fast. Counties had urgent needs to settle, like wages and health budgets. Our reporter Willie Dennis Njiru is currently in Naivasha, and we join him live. Very good evening to you, Dennis. We believe that this particular pending bills are a talking point among the county bosses. Is this something that has been talked over, and when will this particular retreat end?
Thank you very much, my colleague in studio, coming to you live from Naivasha, as you just said. And the governors have just retreated from the closure of this meeting. And I'm lucky to be joined by the vice chair and the chief whip who are with me here. But I will seek a little time with them because actually we will be having a brief in a while, not so long from here, where what has been discussed, agreed upon, is going to be delivered by the chair of the Council of Governors. And without taking much time, perhaps, Chair, we can start with you, Vice Chair, and then we go to the Chief Whip.
Thank you very much. So this 2-day workshop, which is will be closing shortly, is a retreat that brings together all governors and deputy governors, focusing on a number of areas, focusing on the whole area of fiscal management, managing of finances in our counties, the issue of payroll management, and matters to do with procurement and the procurement law, procurement and disposal of assets, procurement of services and goods. So these are very, very critical issues for the management of counties. And governors, and both the older governors who have served in their second term, whether returning from the first term or the second term, or the third generation governors who are new, all need to be appraised on matters to do with fiscal management, procurement, and HR. And this also gave an opportunity for people to share practices, to know what worked, what didn't work, what challenges they're facing in their counties with respect to those areas that we've just talked about. I think it was a very fruitful retreat, very interactive indeed, and a lot of the institutions that either oversight or set policies in those areas, including the Treasury, the PPRA, the SRC, the Public Service Commission. I think everyone that is involved one way or the other in those areas that I've spoken of has been here to interact. The Controller of Budget, the Auditor General, and all have been here to interact with the governors. The governors have had an opportunity to ventilate on these matters, to discuss what happens in their counties, and I think it went pretty well, and it's pretty useful for all governors and deputy governors that attended here.
Thank you, because I know we will be having a brief following this. Perhaps let's have a few words from the Chief Whip, and from this, what can we take back home to the counties?
No, I think this has been a very important training. Particularly, we had our induction in Mombasa. The induction was a bit, light. We didn't go into the details. And sitting in this forum for the last 2 days, I think this should have been done even for us when we came in 2017. I think the team that is coming in this time round is lucky lot that they have had an opportunity to understand what to look out for. You know, some counties are audited. You have the various audit opinions. Sometimes you don't understand why you got this opinion and not the other one. Sometimes you get issues being flagged by EACC, by the controller of budget. This has been a very important exercise for governors and deputy governors to understand what to look out for and ensure that, you know, in the running and management of our counties, with this information and with the kind of capacity building that has taken place here, we look forward to a smooth, you know, running of counties, particularly looking at public finance management, procurement, and the many issues around it. So we are very good.
Thank you. That is Stephen Sang, who is the chief whip, and we had the vice chair. And we'll be perhaps crossing over to another side where the chair of the Council of Governors is going to be making an address to the nation following this retreat. I take it back to you in studio, perhaps catch up in a few from here in Naivasha. Back to you in studio.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Willie Dennis Njiru in Naivasha, where the Council of Governors retreat is happening, and as he just said, is actually concluding. Now to something else, something biting the country hard. Laikipia County leaders have highlighted the need for collaboration and partnership between the county and national government, especially on matters pertaining to critical issues affecting the region. Some of the issues include insecurity along its borders and neighboring counties, drought and infrastructure, among others. Governor Joshua Irungu and Laikipia County Commissioner Joseph Kanyiri have reaffirmed their commitment to working together and initiating efforts geared towards seeking lasting solutions to some of the challenges facing the county. County Commissioner Joseph Kanyiri noted that a committee has been formed to spearhead efforts to establish interventions necessary to help address the drought situation in the county.
Na kwa hivyo tukasema ya kwamba tutafanya kazi pamoja. Ikiwa kuna yale mambo county government iko na nafasi ya kuyafanya, inafanya. National government ikiwa na nafasi ya kufuatilia kama hayo mambo inafanywa na njia ile mzuri, kuna hiyo kamati ndio itakuwa inapokea any support, any aid, any kind of support that is coming from whether donors, from the national government, from the county government or well wishers, yote itakuwa inapokewa kutoka kwa hiyo kamati. Kwa hiyo kamati ilikutana na tena ikakuwa na ile subcommittee ile itakuwa inapokea chakula, na hiyo kamati ndio itakuwa in charge ya kudistribute chakula.
Tumeona pengine wizi kidogo wa maduka, tumeona wizi wa vyakula kwa shamba, tumeona wengine nao pia wakisongesha mifugo kutoka kaunti zingine wakija kulisha Laikipia. Na wakati mwingine wakihama kijiji mahali wamekita hema, wanaiba mifugo za wenyewe. Ukirauka asubuhi zimehama. Kiangazi ambacho kimeadhiri wakaaji wa Laikipia. Wakaaji wa Laikipia, wakulima, wachungaji, wanafunzi, wamama wajawazito, watoto wale wa umri wa chini wa miaka 5. Na haya ni mambo tumezungumzia, tukaweka mikakati ambapo kila msaada ambao tutaupata na kusambaza kupitia kamati za chakula.
And some health matters. Kenyans can now access the latest technology in the treatment of cancer. The newly established Apollo Proton Cancer Center. Proton therapy is a radiation therapy that uses tiny particles called protons as excellent cancer cell killers. The Ministry of Health, in their 2015 to 2020 report on medical tourism, says about 97% of Kenyans who seek medical treatment abroad go to India. A majority of these patients seek cancer treatment.
Currently, cancer is the top 4 cause of death in Kenya, and approximately about 46,000 patients die of cancer in Kenya in the last 2020 GloboCan study. And that is a big chunk of patients with respect to the population of Kenya. And GloboCan also gives us the incidences of each cancers in men and women separately and for different age groups. So that is an alarming figure, and I think we need to have a plan for Kenya, and I'm sure the government of Kenya and the private sector in Kenya is looking at reducing or mitigating the impact of cancer in Kenya.
After 2 weeks, it was unbelievable. The pressure was coming off my eye. I had 25 sessions of proton beam therapy. It's very, very quick, very painless, and very few symptoms really. It's so quick, you think that it would take you a long time, but once they set you up on the computer and everything, each session is about 1 minute, 20 seconds.
And to the corridors of justice now. The High Court has quashed a defamation case against Nyali Member of Parliament Mohammed Ali, which was filed by milk processing company Brookside Dairy Limited. The petition filed in July 2022, Brookside argued that the legislator's remarks in March this year about the company were meant to incite public resentment against it and that the allegations had affected their reputation. On Thursday, Justice Hedwig Ongundi upheld the arguments by Ali that the petition was flawed and that no right, be it constitutional or human, was violated whatsoever. Ali had made these remarks on March this year during a political rally in Nyeri County, where he is quoted blaming Uhuru Kenyatta, a shareholder in the company, of hoodwinking and exploiting dairy farmers. This comes amid the dropping of other high-profile cases like Aisha Jumo's this week. Kuru County, where the Council of Governors chairperson Anne Waiguru is speaking there. Let's cross over and listen to what she is saying.
SRC and the county assemblies. Number 9, the Salaries and Remuneration Commission shall work closely with the county governments to harmonize salaries and benefits to all officers in the counties. The actors are COG, the county governments, and SRC. 10. The Salaries and Remuneration Commission shall review the job description of the governor's appointees and award salaries commensurate to their roles. The actors are COG, county governments, and SRC. The Salaries and Remuneration Commission, in collaboration with the Council of Governors, shall review the Transition Authority 2013 circulars on advisors to reflect the current labor market trends and to allow attraction of competent officers. The actors are the county governments and the SRC. On county procurement, it was agreed as follows. Excellency governors shall, within their respective counties, ensure that the procurement function is undertaken by procurement professionals as defined by the Public Procurement Law, and the actor is the county government. Finally, the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority shall convene a capacity building workshop with county supply chain officers to appraise them on various procurement methods and processes. The actors are the Council of Governors, county governments, Public Procurement Regulatory Authority, and the National Treasury. In conclusion, we wish to appreciate all the government institutions that participated in this critical engagement. They have indeed showcased their commitment in ensuring that devolution is strengthened and it thrives. We also wish to thank all our development partners for their continuous support and engagement in ensuring county governments offer efficient service delivery to the people of Kenya. Signed, Anne Waiguru, Chair of Council, on behalf of the Council of Governors. Thank you.
All right, the chair of the Council of Governors there, who is also the Kirinyaga Governor, Anne Waiguru, making the final and just actually concluding the 2-day retreat of the governors who are actually there with the deputies. Key, sentiments. Her sentiments were actually echoed by Kisii Governor Simba Arati, who said that various countries had formed task forces to look into the pending bills. Quite a talking point by the governors that the contractors will actually have to wait to be paid. On that note, we take a short break. We'll be right back with more.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Authentic, natural, planned, transforming. Endless benefits. Slaty, purely Kenyan. Buy now on Jumia or Amazon.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Thank you for staying with us. Now to some sad news. Boda operators in Kwambira village, Limuru constituency, Kiambu County, are concerned about their security as one of their colleagues was last night found murdered by unknown people. His body was discovered by residents on Nairobi-Nakuru Highway, who later reported the matter to police. According to them, this is not the first incident to be witnessed, and police have not arraigned any person linked to the evil act. They are calling upon all security agencies to move with speed and arraign all those found culpable.
Majina anaitwa Dominic, chairman wa bodaboda hapa Limuru. Tumepata kijana wetu mmoja ameuawa, lakini bado hatujajua kiini cha kifo chake. Tunangoja maafisa wa polisi waje wafanye uchunguzi. Naomba waongeze usalama nyakati za usiku, wakati ambapo kunao watu wa bodaboda ambao labda umepata mteja amekuita, ama wakati unarudi nyumbani unapatana na mteja. So usalama, watu ambao tunawabeba si watu tunawajua ama wengine tunawaelewa.
Kwa majina ni Charles Kamanga. Asubuhi tulipofika hapa tulipata pikipiki hapa na tukapata jamaa mwenye pikipiki ameuawa pale, na tulipojaribu kuangalia tukaona ni kama hiyo pikipiki ilikuwa yake. Ni kama yeye ndiye alikuwa na drive hiyo pikipiki, na ni kama kuna mng'ang'ana ilikuwa. Kuna watu walikuwa na mnyang'anya pikipiki. Haswa tunafikiria labda hao ndio wameweza kumuua. Tumemwangalia, tumeona kwa mkono ako na damu. Pia tumeona kuna mawe iko hapo karibu na yeye yenye imejaa damu. Tukafikiria labda hiyo mawe ndio imetumiwa kumuonga huyo jamaa.
And now to some technology. The Oppo phone company is expected to launch the new Oppo Reno 8 series. The phone will provide 5G connectivity with features like MediaTek Dimensity 1300 5G integrated SoC that will provide smooth performance. The phone will also be powered by dual Sony flagship sensors and several AI-enhanced imaging features such as ultra-night videos and night portrait. The launch will be done on Tuesday, 25th October 2022 in Nairobi.